10 years ago, very few brands made fashion films. Now everyone seems to be joining the fray. Fashion Industry Broadcast has covered this in several past feature posts on the broadcast. Now we even have dedicated fashion film festivals, which are growing every year, and festivals like the La Jolla International Fashion Film Festival, which is the biggest worldwide, is attracting major attention from Hollywood. In 2018 it may be a new category at the Academy Awards. So, what are fashion films? Some see fashion films as branding exercises, and they are, particularly the ones from the big fashion houses like Chanel, Prada, and Etro, but I would argue that even when they are, these films are bringing us into relationships with clothing in entirely new ways. They take us into worlds of beauty, adventure, revenge, inspiration and dreams, and let's face it, that's why we wear clothes. We dress to explore who we are, dare to be different, or connect with people by fitting in. We dream of beautiful clothes the way we dream of careers and success, partially to buy the clothes. Take films like The Magic Kingdom, which won Best Picture, where the story of Sergio Rossi's shoes is told through 3 modern princesses cavorting around the factory. We are entertained, charmed and transported into what it means to love shoes rather than just being told we should buy them. On the other end of the spectrum are the artistic fashion films that don't support the sale of any product but rather seek to create experiences. While some of these are good, the majority fail to engage due to lack of storytelling and an over-reliance on our attention span for dramatic makeup, bored-looking models, a moving element, water, smoke, wind, depressing music and slow-motion editing. The best, of course, is when films manage to do both, transport us on a journey, inspire us with breathtaking visuals and connect us with great stories. The following are the best in all 3 categories from the La Jolla Fashion Film Festival. They represent the heart and sweat of directors from Italy, China, South America, Germany, France and Denmark, who are largely creating this new medium out of love and out of their own pockets. The films deal with issues we are all familiar with, our nostalgia for the past, the power and beauty of nature and the human form, our fears of the future, and women coming into their own. The Storm won for Best Art Direction. It's a film advertisement for baggy misc evening wear. It's an icy and elegant ode to the beauty and strength of women set against a backdrop of icy frozen lakes and blowing snow. Visually stunning, powerful, and sure to delight those who love to see gorgeous dresses. Infinite Path is one of those videos I could watch every day. Created for Etro, it won for Best Visual Effects. No surprise, as its visuals are like a cross between Last Samurai and Avatar. The film begins with a samurai figure trotting across a barren snowy landscape. A white masked figure flickers in and out of screen. Hunting the warrior? Leading him? We aren't sure. When our spiritual warrior gets to the top of a mountain, he finds a golden rope, which he climbs into the sky, where the figure again appears. A matchup begins amidst floating rocks and pillars, only to explode into a floating scene of gods. A truly breathtaking smorgasbord of images. Casamarati, which won for Best Costume for Surge Off Perfumes, is a beautiful film that feels a little bit like Alice in Wonderland and Marie Antoinette. Its historical approach is a feast, their eyes full of amazing clothes. The story is about a 1920s woman, who, bored by life, walks through a mirror into the past. As she dances, she is whirled forward through different time periods, only to finally come back to her own time, where she realizes her world is also beautiful and interesting. Statues of Gods won for Best Cinematography. The film's slow-motion editor of dancers against a backdrop of Paris allows us to delve into the abandon and beauty of movement that is possible with the human body. A stunning and inspiring visual montage. The Magic Kingdom won Best Picture and is a playful romp through Sergio Rossi's shoemaking process and pulls from Alice in Wonderland and Snow White. Great editing builds up to the magic moment when each of the three models receives her beautifully crafted Sergio Rossi shoes. Stunning visual storytelling and color scheme as well as shoes most women would die for guarantees this is a film audiences will love. It's rare that a fashion film inspired by nature actually works as more than a beautiful montage of photographs, but Elemental Beauty succeeds and then some. Based on the four elements of fire, water, earth and air, the film won Best Editing and you can see why. The interplay between each dancer, model, the elements and music is mesmerizing and so powerful it will leave you breathless. A true feast for the eyes and the spirit. Robots is a dystopian foray into a very real and very near future in which cyborgs and humans are impossible to differentiate. A world in which appearances are fluid and changeable at the press of a button and the lines between reality and unreality are completely blurred and the only truth that exists are the things we create with our desires. Chilling but also beautiful. Think outside the box. Won for Best Sound for its use of natural sounds for the creation of an NBA South America spot, but its visuals and storytelling are great too. The scene jumps between a tattoo parlor and the buzz of the ink gun to the sound of a skateboard. Basketball references are so subtle you could also miss them, which allows you to focus on the characters. It's a film that captures the feel of everyday youth. It's grit and determined individualization, not just the glamour of the basketball courts. Dynamic and a must-watch. Cocoon Redux is one of those films where descriptions won't do it justice. You just have to see it. The film transforms the static nature of editorial into movement through a somewhat jerky stop-action visual story between two characters. In the film, the backdrop becomes an active character, circles roll in and become holes and the model floats above a table. A bag of throwaway clothes zip through the air to become outfits. The artistic burnt sienna coloring, rustic backdrops and whimsical interplay between characters is timed and edited perfectly. It's the first fashion film I've seen to truly bridge the gap between editorial and storytelling without straying too far into either. Proclamation. Exclamation is a quirky, clever film that follows a single character dressed a la 1980s Cherry Mugler or Grace Jones who walks you expertly through the reasons why she loves exclamation points and not periods. You might think such a topic would tire quickly, but you'd be wrong. The expressions and timing of the lead actress make this story unique, thought-provoking and hilarious. Did you agree with our list? What do you think are the best fashion films of 2017? Let us know in the comments below.